Here we are at boot camp. This is where the band started in 2011. Mike Harvey's studio, NOLA Studios, North Alexandria Street in New Orleans. Like always, man, this is where we come to kind of put the ideas together before we go into the studio. This is where we all met, you know, the first time with Zito and Devin, and it's just, I don't know, it's been a tradition, just like this music's a tradition. You know, we're trying to keep it soulful, we're trying to keep it funky, and there's no better place in New Orleans to do that stuff with the legend Cyril Neville.
We're at the studio, actually where this whole thing started, and it's like yesterday we came in and we wound up doing 3 songs. Today we might wind up getting another 3. So, you know, again, just like the first time, it was, you know, let's get together and see, first of all, can we play together? Then, can we write songs together? So all that was solved yesterday. Both the answer to that is yes, you know. So it's like, you know, the stuff that we're working on today, 2 of them is again stuff that came up at the sound check. You know, it's a band thing, you know. So, you know. So it's moving along pretty smoothly, and like I said, the vibe is really one of that, you know, it's just open creativity. It's just like ideas bouncing all over the place, and some of the stuff we started working on a couple of months ago, you know.
Here with the Royal Southern Brotherhood, doing our 3rd studio CD. And yes, we have some new members in the band. Bart Walker from Nashville, Tennessee, and Tyrone Vaughn from Austin. And very excited about it. We just met Tyrone, getting to know that relationship, but as far as Bart's concerned, I have a band called Zotafunk that plays in Atlanta. So in June, I invited Bart down to come play with my band. And we had a moment where we played a lick in unison, not on purpose. And from that moment on, we knew it was going to be sweet. And so I'm very excited to move forward in this venture with these guys for sure.
My name's Bart Walker. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I've got quite an eclectic background in music. I started playing when I was 4, playing bluegrass music and learning how to play flat top guitar, mandolin, banjo, dobro, and was just really into that until I was about 13 years old. My parents got me my own radio for Christmas or birthday or something like that, and got a ran in the back room, plugged it up to turn on the local rock station, heard Stevie Ray Vaughan, and was like, what is that? At that point I got an electric guitar, and I went off on that tangent for a long time. But then after that phase, I went to college, and I was a string bass orchestral major, a vocal performance major, operatic style, guitar performance, and composition major. And my plan at that point was to move to Germany and become an opera singer. In the midst of that, there was a blues jam going on down the street, so I started going to that. Ended up dropping out of school and moving to Memphis. So my journey's been long and fun, but very eclectic, which comes in handy playing in a group like this. You know, everybody's got such a different background that it's a good thing to be able to connect with people on a different level instead of not having any idea of that music or anything, you know.
I'm Tyrone Vaughn from Austin, Texas, and just joined RSB, which is basically the best thing in my life right about now. You know, I couldn't ask for a better situation. You know, my dad was doing it way back in the 60s and the 70s. He got real popular in the 80s and all that, and my Uncle Stevie followed in his footsteps, you know, and Stevie did it real big, as we all know, and we passed too soon, you know, obviously, but you know, those guys left just a huge mark on me and my family, and shoot, this whole area, Texas, you know, Southern, even Louisiana out here. It's just, you know, the Vaughns did some good stuff, and getting to know these guys, it's just been an amazing opportunity for everybody. So very exciting. Right now we're writing for the new record we're going to record in January, and you know, it's everything I want to be involved in: funky, bluesy, soulful rock. You know, Cyril Neville at the helm. He just true blue musician from way back, and still got it, still got the good stuff, and you know, his vocal and his energy makes me happy as a person, as a musician, you know. So for one, that's huge in a leader, you know. You know, in a band, you need someone who's really going to bring the vocals, you know, and sell those songs, and that's what he does. And I'm happy just to be next to him.
The coolest thing about all of this for me is like, sort of like the way I came up in New Orleans is like called pushing people in the pool, so to speak. You know, and it's like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen, and you throw something out there, you know, and it's easy to see, it's easy to tell, you know, whether, you know, this is going to be a compatible situation or not. And from the first few notes, it's like with no coercion or no guidance or nothing, you know, we went into this groove, and it's just like this automatic things started happening, you know, and it's like both of them were great rhythm guitar players, so that makes, like, as far as the groove is concerned, like, I mean, you know, we got a little bit more of a funk edge in some things, but you know, we still got the rock and you know, the urban, the blues thing going on too.
We have two great members, two new guitar players, and we're so excited to get them in the band. Bart, we've been knowing about for a while. You know, we been knowing him through Nashville and through some other friends, and then, you know, you can always hear about people, but when you actually meet them and break bread with them and hang out and get on that spiritual connection. So I really like him. And Tyrone, wonderful young player, great guy, very, very energetic, you know, so we're very excited. We heard about him through connections that we have in Texas, and he came and played with us months ago. We were very impressed. You know, he's a really old friend of Cyril's. And of course, you know, those are good recommendations, right? So we're excited. It's a new day for the band, you know.
Originally started with me and Mike Zito. Mike Zito is my big brother in a lot of things, and when the notion of him stepping out on his own, they came to the agreement that they should give me a shout and see where my head was. And it seemed like the best idea anybody's had for me in a long time, so here I am.
You know, Cyril's been talking for a while about mixing the gumbo with the chili, and having the chili spill over into the gumbo. And hey, if I'm that guy to be that Texas cat, hey man, I'm excited.
The new album's going to be recorded in Muscle Shoals. Bam.
We're going to record Muscle Shoals, so that'll be very cool. You know, you got a lot of history over there.
We're going to cut on the same equipment that Aretha Franklin and Otis Redding cut on. So I mean, that in itself is amazing. But yeah, I mean, what a place to cut.
But it's going to be nice. You know, we got new blood in the band. I think it's necessary to have new blood in the studio and come from a different point of view. The band is definitely more funkified these days. Cyril has taken the realm, which for me, growing up in Louisiana and being, you know, a Neville fan my whole life, that's great for me. As a bass player in a rhythm section, are you kidding? Now I get to play funk all the time. You know, there's definitely some rock in there. There's still that element. We're not going to lose that element. But it's just, you know, just a lot more. There's just a lot more pocket these days. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it's been an absolute blast. The vibe in the studio has been just immaculate. You couldn't really ask for much more. Everybody loves everybody. Everybody's happy to be here. Everybody's grateful to be here. Everybody is got input on everything. Everybody has a voice. You know, it's really, for me, this is really becoming a group. You know, and you'll hear that.
If I'm dancing in the studio, then that's really good. You know, dancing live is one thing, but in the studio and your feet get moving, that's pretty special because there's a different concentration in the studio, and you want to get that live feel. You want to make it feel like you're just hanging out, and that's how it's been feeling with these guys.
Well, I put it like this: if the root of your gumbo is correct, it don't make no difference what the other ingredients is. It's gone. always work out. So, and what I mean by that is Charlie and Enrico been 4 years deep now, you know, with this whole thing, you know, and it's not like we're not gonna be doing those songs, because we will. We're gonna be doing the songs that everybody, you know, familiar with, everybody dig as far as Raw Southern Brotherhood is concerned, because this is still Raw Southern Brotherhood.
Get your phone.